I'm here with Republican Congressman Lloyd Smucker. First off, I want to ask you, what's your reaction to President Biden's speech from yesterday?
Well, listen, I think this morning Nancy Pelosi, AOC, and Bernie Sanders are ecstatic. What we're seeing is a president who has taken up the socialist agenda in Congress. This is the era of big government. They believe in big government. We believe in the power of the American people.
Where do you see room for bipartisanship at this point?
It's one of the things that's been most disappointing. During his inauguration speech, the president talked about bringing the country together, talked about working together in a bipartisan way, and has not operated in that way, even close to that. And we saw more of that here today. So what they're doing, instead of building support with Republicans, is passing this unprecedented spending, $2 trillion per month in the first 100 days on programs that the American people don't want and don't need. They start this class warfare by talking about taxing the rich. They can't get there by taxing the rich. So this is going to impact every American. It's going to impact their pocketbooks, both with increased taxes, but we're already starting to see the inflation that comes with the expansion of the money supply that we're seeing now. So we're seeing gas prices increase. You're going to see that happen more. So the American people are going to feel this. They're going to see the impact of the policies that are being promoted here last night.
Where does Congress go with the infrastructure plan? Do you support the Senate Republican proposal, and have you spoken to Speaker Pelosi about it?
Well, I think Republicans will support dollars spent on improving roads and highways. They will support a bipartisan approach to this that ensures that we have significant investment in our infrastructure, but only 6% of the president's proposal goes to that. And again, it's a partisan wish list. They're paying off the special interests and lobbyists that are holding the Democrat Party hostage. And so there will not be Republican support, but there's lots of opportunity to work together in a bipartisan way if the president would choose to do that.
What do you think about the president's American Families Plan and its hefty price tag?
Well, listen, if you want to build a socialist society, if you want to move the country towards socialism, you create more and more dependency on government. You create class warfare that pits people, American people, against one another. And this is the direction they're going. We know what works to build prosperity, to build, we saw the average wages increase for the American people by 5,000 in a 2-year period after we reduced taxes and put more money back in people's pockets. They want to reverse all of that. They are incentivizing more dependency on government rather than creating jobs.
Do you see these plans actually coming to fruition? And if not, where do you see Republicans and Democrats finding a middle ground?
Well, again, they're passing a lot of things right now that will be harmful to the country, that are growing government. We know how these things end in other countries when you overpromise and overspend. We know where that ends up. So they're moving down that path very quickly. They're doing it in a very partisan way. All of the programs that he talked about last night are bills that have already been passed by Nancy Pelosi and the socialists in the House.
Multiple polls have shown Republicans are a little bit more hesitant to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Have you been vaccinated, and what's your message to those who are hesitant?
I have been vaccinated. I think this is one of the success stories through Operation Warp Speed. We have now vaccinated over half the American people for a virus that we knew almost nothing about just a little over a year ago. That's a tremendous success. I was vaccinated back in January when it was made available to members of Congress. And by the way, I think as Congress, we can come together. We should be operating as we had before COVID, because most members have been vaccinated. But, I do encourage the American people. I think these vaccines are safe, and I think it is allowing us to open the economy. And so I think it's important to get vaccinated. But I'll say this as well. Everyone should make that decision for themselves, and everyone should decide whether it's the right thing for themselves.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, as I said before, what we saw last night was the President of the United States pushing an unprecedented growth in federal government. The Nancy Pelosi, AOC, socialists, self-described socialists in Congress want to see a growth, an unprecedented growth in the federal government. We believe that's the wrong direction. We believe that what has made this country great is the ingenuity of the American people, the creativity of the American people. We want to put more power back in the hands of the American people and not build the federal government.
Congressman, thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.